I have a question. How can, now follow me on this one. How can a group of strange men that's spying with cameras on you feel as if they're entitled to you? Let's raise up and say this again. How can a group of men, not your husband, and they're not your boyfriend, how do they feel that they're entitled to tell you about your body, tell you about your weight, or to say any damn thing to you because they're a group of strange men? What part of being a strange man that you don't get and you're not comprehending or you're not apprehending and arresting your thought to capture it? You're not no husband to me. And even if you was my husband, you're not going to tell me what to do. You can advise me, you can suggest, but will I do it? It all depends on how you're bringing it to me and how you deliver it. If you was my husband. But a strange man, you don't have no authority over here. You ain't got no marriage certificate. You ain't got nothing over here. No, nothing. Nothing. You just conjugated something in your own little pea brain mind and you running with it. But you don't dictate to me. You are a stranger. And if anything, a group of strangers, strange men, are you sex traffickers? Because that's the only type of group of men that I could see that will be stalking and following a woman. Are you a psychopath, sociopathic type of man? What are you? Because you don't have no grounds over here. How can a group of men feel entitled to, or I just met you, sir, online, and it's been 30 minutes and you're already talking sex to me? To me, I think I talked about earlier about self-esteem. Let me tell you something, because now this shit getting on my nerves. It's getting on my nerves because the only thing that you're seeing that you have to offer a woman is your dick. And your dick is not everything. Your dick is not, it doesn't make you entitled to her pussy at all. You're a stranger. It's up for her to want to give it to you. You're not entitled to nothing. Maybe these young girls don't sit up here and they don't gave it within instant potato pussy. Maybe that's what you're looking for, instant pussy. But that's not over here. Every woman is different, and for you to assume that you could just get the pussy just like that, I'm old school. You have to work for it, and you have to show me that you are worthy of it, because I'm just as valuable as you are. That's called self-worth, that I don't need a man to give me that self-worth. I have it all within myself. So therefore, you're showing a lack of self-worth because you're saying that the only thing that I have to offer a woman is my dick. And that's all that I have. I don't want your dick. Your dick can't pay bills. Your dick can't sit up there. I can't cut off your dick or snatch off your dick or unsnap your dick and go to the electric company and the gas company and go pay my bills. You understand? I'm putting it so raw because you want to bring it raw. They want to show me they raw ass dick, and they want to act like that's the only thing that you have to offer me. And any conversation beyond sex, you don't know how to go. You don't know how to go there. You got a 55-year-old woman and they talk to you as if they are talking to a young woman that just sprung out of the womb yesterday or 20 years ago or 25 years ago. and they feel entitled. You're feeling entitled to a strange woman. Sir, she has to also be in a relationship too. You just can't just come and dominate over here. I have to be the one to say, okay, you could come over and come get it. I still play a very, very vital, important role in your mission on going to go get pussy. Remember that the woman is also evaluating you as a man. As you evaluating a woman, I'm also evaluating you. And I'm peeping you out to see if you that type of man that will go put yourself out there just like that and upon just meeting me 30, 15 minutes off of a damn line. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I am. But see, you have such an arrogancy about yourself that you will sit up there, I ain't worrying about a woman. Well, what if I was one of those damn women that has set you up with men in the back of me that you cannot see? So that means that you allow your own self to be set up, right? Because you a man and you figured that you could take on any type of woman. Well, what if I was one of those dirty ass women that was in the background with some dudes about ready to rob you? Then what? Wouldn't you want to get to know me first? Wouldn't you want to get to know what type of damn woman I am if you love and care about your own damn self? See, that's also, it ain't a thing about women having low self-esteem. It's also about men too. That you sit up there carrying yourself like a whore. You sitting up here carrying your dick like a whore. Well, why would I want to fuck? And I'm being raw. So if these kids, you ain't got no business listening to this. This is adult talk. Why would I want to sit up here and want to have sex with a man that's slinging his dick to every female that he see or he meet off a line? And then that means I subject myself to the possibility of STDs. So am I loving myself? I ain't even loving myself if I do that. Unless the only reason I'm going to do that, if I was a prostitute, I'm looking to make some money, hell yeah, I'll meet up with you. But I'm not no prostitute. So therefore, I'm not planning on meeting up with you within a minute of 30 minutes, not even a day or two. I want to talk on the phone. I want to get to know you. I want to see what kind of mind that you have. I want to see what else do you have to offer as a man. How do you feel about certain things? How do you see certain things in life and your perspective? And I want to see what is your goal and where are you going? What's your goal? Are you planning on buying land? Are you planning on investing in real estate? I mean, what's your goal? What's your angle besides sex? And I'm not downing you for sex because you're a man. But at the end of the day, let's not make excuses for just because I'm a man doesn't mean that I'm entitled to fuck every woman up under the sun. Because therefore, if I was looking for a long-term relationship with a man, what the hell I want with a whore? A male whore. Am I being straight up or am I being honest? What the hell I want to do with a male whore? He will never be faithful to me, and I will always be sitting up here fighting females over his ass. I don't have time for that at my damn age. What I'm going to do? Beat their ass with my arthritis, or I'm going to have to use a gun on some of them. I don't have time for that. You're not entitled to every woman under the sun. And then you also have to use precaution for your own damn self. And I'm surprised that you just as loose as you are as a man to just keep on taking risks with your own life and going here and there and in the highways, the byways, the trenches, the hedges, and to go get a woman. These are serious time where people is lacking money in the economy. And they have dudes in the background. Yeah, get that nigga over here. You understand me? I'm talking real talk now. I ain't talking no bullshit. Yeah, get that nigga over here. Shit. See what he got. End up going over to a chick house. You ain't got no car no more because somebody don't rolled up and don't grab that car. You ain't got no wallet no more because somebody don't roll up on you. Got your wallet, got your little Rolex, got whatever else kind of little bling bling that you like to go around bragging and boasting about, flashing and all of that. All right? See, I'm a mother of a woman, and I'm a mother of women, and I'm a mother of sons. You understand me? And I wouldn't want my son just just off with the horses, off with the races, huh? You just going to every woman that you see that look nice. Well, everything that look nice ain't good for us. We know that even with food, everything that looks good, as soon as when it goes into our system, it wasn't good for us. Right? So let's just rewind this, because I ain't no myth or nothing, and I'm not no woman to go chase after a man at the end of the day, but I do search, and I like to mingle with the opposite sex. I want to be able to have a friend, if anything, over the phone. But at the end of the day, you so careless in your ways, in your sex ways, that you could catch anything out there. Nobody should be teaching you or telling you this. This is elementary right here from the 6th grade. You should not be that reckless with your body and with your dick. Am I being too raw for you? Am I being too real for you? You should not be that reckless with your life and with your dick. It's too many things and infections and diseases and COVIDs and monkeypox out here. Now, maybe no other woman will tell you the way that I'm going to tell you and the way that I may say it, because I don't bite my tongue and I don't filter it. So therefore, at the end of the day, you should not be carrying yourself like a male whore neither. You sit up here talking about women being bitches and whores. Well, what the hell? What the fuck do you think that you are? It takes a male to recognize a female whore. It takes a male whore to recognize a female whore. How you know if she's a whore if you haven't been with her? And that woman and this woman. You sit up there and you talk about women being with that man and this man. Well, how many women have you been with? That's my message to you. How many women have you been with? How many women are you sitting up here lying with? Everything that look good, it's not good for you. And you're not entitled to any woman. A woman must be able to say, okay, I'll try you in a relationship. Okay, I'll marry you. So it takes the man to be able to say, will you marry me? But it takes her to be able to say yes or no. So you're not in a relationship by yourself. And you're not entitled to every woman that you see up under the damn sun. And if you so much, some of you men, you come across like you don't need a damn woman. You come across all critical and you got this to say about a woman and about her body. How can you as a man, and I'm being straight up with you, how can you as a man dictate anything about a woman body and you have never been in a woman body? And this ain't no, oh, women are emotional. I think that that's just your way of not being able to sit up there and see things from a woman point of view. Oh, I don't have sisters and I don't grew up around women. What that got to do with individual women? Every woman body is not the same, and every woman body is going to have a reaction to different things. So you don't know all women. I hate when men say, oh, I know women. You have been around women. That's good. But you don't know me as an individual. You don't know all women. Well, I know what it's going to take to make your body feel right. No, you don't, sir. Maybe it's not my body that gets turned on. Maybe it's my mind first. Maybe I like a man that's very intellectual, and that's what turns me on. That may be the key to arouse me. So you don't know me. Maybe I am a intellectual type of woman that gets turned on by the brain of a man, that I like the fact that he's smart as hell. You ever thought about that? When you sending me those dick pictures, if I post all the dick pictures that I got in those old messages, I wonder, I should be a rich woman and get paid off of all those dick pictures that I got from you. White, black, Hispanic, and even India. Because that's the only thing that you think that you have to offer. A woman is always presenting your dick first. What about your brain? What about your intelligence? What about your smartness? Why? You don't want to come across as a nerd? You don't want to come across as a smart man? I'm being raw on this video. I'm being straight up. Because at the end of the day, I'm 55 years old. And I have been making contact. I've had some good guys, but I'm talking about the ones where you come out the gate about I want to eat you and I want to fuck you, and you don't know me from Adam to Eve though, and I want to come chill with you. You don't know me from Adam to Eve, so by you, all I have to do is just say yes, and here you come, right? All right, but what if I got some dudes in the back of me, shit, and we looking to get money? You don't sound like a man that care about yourself. The Bible says, if we're going to talk about entitlement, it says, first of all, it says to submit yourself to your own husband. So the man has to be your own husband for you to be able to be submissive towards him. It says submit yourself to your own husband. It didn't say to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Whoever you consider that you're in a relationship with, and it's a long-term relationship, now that's who you yielding. That's who you're submitting yourself to. That's who I'm going to negotiate and compromise myself with because of this relationship. So to your own husband. It doesn't say, women, submit yourself to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and John that's out here in this world. What if he a psycho killer? What if he a psychopath? And I'm submitting myself. So you're going to submit yourself to a dead Ted Bundy then? I don't think that that's what the Bible meant. It says to your own husband, And then it says for the men, love your wife. It ain't say to love every woman up under the sun. It says love your wife as Christ have loved the church. And you have to, if you're going to love your wife, you're going to love your wife how you love yourself. So therefore, if you love yourself, you are not going to be slanging yourself like you a male whore. Now, maybe no other man even teach you this, because nobody like to be raw when it comes to sex. They always talking about beating around the bush. Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell it that like it is. Therefore, if you're going to say that you're a man of God, stop carrying yourself like a whore. If you're going to say that you a preacher of the word, stop carrying yourself like you're a male whore, and you can't contain yourself because all the sisters is up in the church, and you feel that because I'm the pastor, I'm in a position of leadership, that I'm entitled to now the sisters of the church. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're entitled to your wife and God. Your own wife. It didn't say nothing about the sisters or no side piece. Who came up with side piece? You don't see that in the Bible. There ain't nothing in the Bible's talking about no side little piece. And you ain't no King Solomon. King Solomon had 700 wives and the concubine. You ain't no king. I don't see you sitting on no throne with a lot of fine jewelry around you and riches and stuff. That's you. That's mankind. They're made of side pieces. And then your side piece come up with a urinary tract infection or come up with some kind of infection. Being a female, she give it to you. Then you go transmit that over there to your wife. Or she got some kind of STDs and you go transmit that over to your wife. Or you sitting up there creeping with a man and you banging a man in the booty and then you go have vaginal sex with your wife. Now you don't gave her over the monkeypox or whatever else kind of little disease that come with it. See, when God was saying about sex immorality, he was saying don't be doing that because it brings forth different plagues and the plagues is infections and diseases. Do you see how cross contamination that can give in your sex life, that can do in your sex life? See, I don't like religious pastors that will not preach on sex. Like sex is a curse. It's not a curse. God put a biological sexual arousement in us in order for two people to get together and make babies because God said to multiply the earth. So if he didn't want you to have sex, a man on top of a woman, then he would never say multiply. Now I gave you everything that you need. Make that stuff happen so I can have some grandbabies on the earth. But for you to be a strange man, you have to control your sexual appetite and impulses. Because you're running around acting like out of control whores, male whores, and hoes. Now, and in the process of looking for a wife, would you take a woman that was a whore, but she want to be married? Who is that? Joe? Joe in the book? No, Jose. Book of Jose. He's married to a whore. She stayed out on the street on him. Had the man always constantly worried, looking for her, crying. Well, do you think that a woman wants a male whore or a male hoe? Of course not. Because you're going to be always trying to track his tail down. And you're always going, who is he with now? And who did he have sex with now? It's a big headache. Right? So, just from my observation in this today society, because I'm 55 years old, you really don't know how to date a woman, or what we call it back in the day, courting a woman. You court her, or you sit up there and you want to have relationships with women, or whatever that they called it back in the days. Well, back in the days, in order to date a woman, you don't come off the back just talking about sex and showing your penis and showing your vajayjay to every man up under the sun or to the whole globe so that you can get likes off of Facebook and Twitter. You just don't do that. And I'm surprised that your pastors and your evangelists that's supposed to be saving souls is not talking about it directly to you and not talking raw. Since you like to have sex raw, then the word of God should come across raw too, because it's going to save your soul. At the end of the day, I don't care if you like me or not, but at the end of the day, I'm going to put it out there because not too many pastors talking about sex And sex is very important. If you're going to preach about don't do sexual immorality, then you need to break that stuff down to people. What is sexual immorality? That is having sex outside of marriage. That's fornication or adultery at the end of the day. You understand? If we're going to go Bible, then we're going to go Bible all the way then. Sexual immorality means that you're having out of control sex. And you're not trying to control your own body. You're supposed to be in control of your own body. Do you know that sometimes the same way how I've been trying to fast from food? Because at some point, I feel when you get too out of control, even in eating, you have to fast from the food. When you get too out of control about sex, you have to fast from sex. If you get out of control with alcohol, you have to fast from alcohol. If you're out of control with drugs, you have to fast from the drugs. You have to withdraw your own self from it instead of waiting for some kind of rehab to do it. You can do it if you want it. And I used to be very sexual, very high sex drive at the end of the day. Even on that, I know me. So I have to withdraw myself and go celibate until I'm really with somebody that I really, really want to be with. And I have checked him out and I see that he's really about on the same level as I am. He don't want to catch nothing and he don't want to just be out there with anything and anybody. You understand? No telling what you're getting just because it looks good on the outside don't mean that it's good for you in your life. You feel me? I was seeing one YouTube video of a guy where he met the young lady off of the internet, went up there to her house, and he started getting a funny feeling, but then he started seeing a couple of dudes come up around her house. But he had enough sense to back away and to turn and go in the opposite direction, because you know what I really believe is that they was going to set his tail up and they was going to rob him. You feel me? That's why this generation here, you're too quick of feeling that you're entitled to any woman's sex just because she look good and she don't gave you the time of day. Maybe she looking for a prey. Maybe she looking to prey on you. Maybe she figured that you got money, especially if she been prying information up out of you, and you've been, even if you don't have money, you know how you boast about money. Yeah, I got this and I'm about ready to do this and that, and oh, okay, all right, well, I think I got a winner right here. You call that nigga over. Shit, we about ready to rob that nigga. You understand me? We talking street mentality. And we talking real and we talking raw. You as a man also have to carry yourself in a way where you acting like a man and not acting like out of control sex animals. You understand me? The spirit of lust will lead you right to your death. Some of these women will lead you right to the very gates of hell. Some of these men will leave a woman right to the gates of hell. Everything that looks gold ain't shiny. Y'all remember that. When y'all hear this message and you want to talk mess about me, you need to look at yourself and wondering why your esteem is so low to the point where the only thing that you have to offer a woman is a picture of your dick. I'm going to keep it raw on this one. That's the first thing that you send me is a picture of your dick. And I bet you can handle this. And I want to be able to give this to you. What else can you give me, though? That's why I'm asking you. Because beyond that dick, like I said, I can't cut your dick off. I can't unplug it so I could take it to the electric company. So I could go buy me something to put on my land. So I can make my land payment. So I can do things. So I can go shopping. I can't take take your penis and your dick and everything else that you want to call it, and I can't take it to go purchase things and go buy things and go pay for things. So besides that, what else do you have to offer me as a woman, and especially an older woman? You don't, and I noticed the manipulation that you do with women. You manipulate women to have quick sex with you. And then when they do have a quick sex with you, then she become a hoe. But it takes a hoe to know another hoe. First of all, why would you want to manipulate a woman to have sex with you in the first damn place, and you actually follow through up on it? Oh, I was just testing her. No, you wasn't. You was being a hoe. You was being a hoe. If you went through with it, you was a hoe. That was no test. How you gonna test her to see if she a hoe and you end up having sex with a hoe within seconds? I'm just testing to see what kind of woman. And what if she was testing you to see what kind of man that you are? That means that I got a hole on my hand. I will be fighting every woman up under the sun. I'll never be able to go to sleep because I'm always worried about where the hell he is. He ain't at home by me. He's out with somebody else or his side little piece. And you're doing all of this side piece and trying to go to church the next day. God didn't tell you go get no side piece. There's no such thing as a side piece in God. When you are married to God as well. The couple is married to God as well. You said I do to God and to your mate. There's only 3 people involved. God, you, four. The pastor, God, you, and your husband and your spouse. That's it. And the Bible says don't let your marriage bed become defiled. You feel me? So therefore, how you gonna have sex outside of your marriage at the end of the day? And then expect your marriage bed to be all right. No, you bring in conflict. Oh, well, we want to do a threesome. You're going to bring conflicts because you know what's going to happen is that rather you invite a male or female in between your relationship because you figure that you want to spice it up according to these magazines. So you go ahead and have that threesome. Well, somebody is going to do things the right way more than the other. And somebody is going to grow more emotionally attached. So you bring a man that's 10 times bigger than you down there, and he can make your wife feel more better. She going to start growing. She going to want more of that right there. You bring a woman into the bedroom that can make your man feel more better than you. He going to be seeking her and be wanting more of that. So you have also defiled your own marriage bed, like Abraham and Sarah. God already told Sarah that I'm going to give you a baby. She laughed at God. And she said, I'm too old to have kids. So she laughed at the promise and the covenant that God made to Abraham. They both did. They both doubted God, and they decided to get Hagar, their concubine, their handmaid, to go in. Abraham, this is what Sarah was saying. Well, I'll never be able to have a baby for you. So maybe if you have a baby by one of the handmaid, then therefore at least you got a son, at least you got a child. So what Sarah did, as Abraham's wife, gave him permission to go ahead and have sex with the handmaid Hagar. Then he did, and brought forth a son. But then God was true on the promise that he made with Abraham and Sarah. Sarah gave forth a child, had Isaac. Now, both of the boys growing up together, but Sarah started getting jealous over Abraham's firstborn son that he had by the handmaid Hagar. So she said, you're going to have to send her and her kid away. Because her child is not going to take my child in heritage. You understand? She started feeling some kind of way. You feel me? She started getting jealous. So then Abraham, he hurt because this is my son, and you about ready to send my son and his mom out into the wilderness. See, it's something about that, though, if we want to dissect that a little bit. Did Abraham develop some kind of emotional attachment to the mom of his firstborn? And he was hurt to know that he had to honor his wife's request because she was his wife. But this was the woman that had his son, his first son. You feel me? So you have to imagine the emotional thing that was going on in that drama and that scene and that part of that story. So Hagar, she had to be separated from Abraham, where she grew attached to Sarah and Abraham, and she felt betrayed by Sarah because of how Sarah, catty and pettiness as a woman, creeped in there. Jealousy creeped in there. So she had to run off to the wilderness with her and her son, away from Abraham and Sarah and Isaac, because you can imagine the two boys grew up together. They grew attached to each other. Man, you talking about, you could just imagine all the emotion that was flaring in a big old family circle, if you will. Well, if she would never have told Abraham in the first place to go sleep with the handmaid, and if she would have stayed and believed by faith that God was going to give her a son in the first place, even at her age, she would have never had that Hagar situation and that Hagar problem. You feel me? So when you out here slaying and you out here having sex and still trying to say that you about God, at the end of the day, if we wanted to get naturally and raw about things, all of us are doing the wrong thing. Truth be told, all of us is doing the wrong thing. Okay? So when you out here and you meeting strange women, you're not entitled to every strange woman body and her pussy. Period. That pussy don't belong to you. You're a strange man, dog. At the end of the day, it don't belong to you. It belongs to that man that she's married to. And really, for the ladies, truth be told, if we want to get technical, the Bible says that you're supposed to be covered up. You are not supposed to be showing yourself to any and every man. It's supposed to only be seen for your husband and your husband only. He doesn't want a woman that at the end of the day, you don't show to everybody in the whole globe world, now that we got internet, you don't show everything. There's no secret about you. There's no mystery about you. There's no imagination. You let me see it. You don't allow the whole world to see, especially the kitty cat. The kitty cat. And what makes it so bad, it ain't even in the magazine. I can see if you did it, and shoot, I'm getting paid off of this, and I get royalty. Well, then, more power to you. I'm not going to hate on you on that one. For real. It is what it is. You do whatever you need to do. But if you're looking for a husband, I don't think that would be a good deal for you to be putting yourself out there just for likes. LIKE, thumbs up, Facebook. Or you just trying to get those numbers because you want to be that hot viral chick. Okay? It says vira. You don't want vira. Yeah, venereal disease, viruses. Because if you keep it up, you're going to have all kind of viral viruses all up in your body from the from the top of your head to the end of your toenails. You're going to be covered with all kind of parasites and monkeypox and everything else, STDs and the crabs that gets on you, that jump from one pubic hair to the next pubic hair, and both of you itching. You can't even sit right up in church because you got the itch. You got the itchy. You got the crabby itch. So that's my message to you guys. Y'all need to chill that. Y'all need to chill that going online and meeting someone within 30 minutes. Like it's instant. It's an instant cock and it's an instant coochie. You have to have some form of self-esteem. And even if you're addicted to porn and you're addicted and you just feeling overwhelmed and you can't control your loins and you can't control it down there, at the end of the day, maybe it's time for you to go celibate. Maybe it's time for you to take a break from sex. Maybe it's time for you to just isolate yourself. Remember the first message I spoke about how Jesus and God had to go to an isolation part in his life before he took it to the next level, and before he went to the cross. He was isolated with God for 40 days and 40 nights because he had to get away from the crowd of what the crowd wanted and what was demanding. See, this world is telling you that it's okay to have a side piece and be married. No, it's not. No, it's not. Now, if you go to that word, that Bible, it says no sexual immorality. And oh, God just don't want us having fun. No, God knows that if you do this too often with too many people, it's going to circulate plagues among you. It's going to circulate all type of infection and bacterias. Not everybody is clean with their body. Just because she looks good, look how her house look on some of those selfie photos. Well, if the woman keeps her house like that, and she keeps her house disarranged and out of order and sloppy and messy, and she's not afraid to take a selfie with all of her house looking dirty in the background, that should tell you something there. How clean is she down there? Do she vaccinate the kitty cat with some douches and just let it marinate in the bathtub? I know showers are good, but every now and then you're going to have to soak that down in the bathtub. Let the water and get on up in there. Clean it out. Same way with you men. I've been in the nursing field for 21 years. You're going to have to pull that foreskin back. And you're going to have to wash that stuff. You having sex with all these women and you don't clean right. That's how some of your girlfriends or wife be catching your tail because it ain't clean. It ain't clean. And then you want a woman to put her mouth on that. No, you don't have this up in a man's booty hole, or you don't have this up in another woman's vagina, coochie, pussy, and then you want me to put my mouth on this? No, it's cross-contamination. And you don't took this penis and don't put it in a rectal or the anal that was only meant for boo-boo to come out of. And then you sitting up here having sex with men in the booty hole, and then you want a woman to suck on it. Do you see how nasty that is? It's nasty and it's trifling. And that's why God said don't do it. Well, God still love us if we gay and in a relationship. Let me tell you something. God love you, but God don't love the sin. Now, God see that right there, that homosexual activity. God see that as a sin. You understand? Now, how can I break this down so that you can even get a better picture of it? If God is a holy God to the point where you can't even come near him without you flaming up, because his holiness is so overwhelming. There's no way that you can be before a holy God on the throne with his light shining so bright like fire, and you having male sex and female sex in front of him. Now, can I get a clear picture on that? Can you get a clear picture? He's a holy God. You cannot have sex in front of God like that. Period. Now you could take it however you want. The Bible already don't said it so many times, and you keep on trying to read it the way how you want to read it. And God said that He'll give you over to a reprobate mind. Reprobate mind is where He'll have you thinking that it's okay when it's not, and you just gonna go straight to hell. Period. He been trying to save your life from it and your soul from it. Now, do he hate you as the person? No, he doesn't hate you. But that lifestyle right there, yes, he does. It's attached to sexual immorality. Does he hate fornication? Yes, he does. Because it's sex outside of marriage. Like he said about adultery, it's sex within the marriage with other people. So on that one, people keep asking me, well, do God hate me because I'm gay? God doesn't hate you. Do you understand? God hate our sins. We all have sins. And when you go unrepented and you refuse to acknowledge that I'm sinning in this area, that's what he hates. You feel me? And all of this meeting people, this is of the world. The Bible says to be in the world, but don't be a part of their world system, because their world system is an out of control type of lifestyle. It'll have you doing whatever that you want. You look at these people having sex with animals. They out here having sex with dogs and cats and snakes and everything. That ain't godly. That ain't nothing of God. You ain't gonna see that up in the kingdom of heaven. You'll probably see it on Satan's side. This is Satan's side, to do whatever that you want without any form of self-control and self-restraint. And isn't the fruit of the Spirit is self-control at some point in our life, that we got to draw a line and we have to have some form of a boundary? Think about it. I'm done for today. Miss Lax, I'm out.